All right. If we're going to add an extra note to this last string here, we've got to, it'll add an inversion to the situation. So it goes 5, 7, 2, 5, 7, 2, 5. And we add 7, 2, 5 to the situation. All right, that's just it. And let's talk about the cages now. These are two cages that I've brought out, but the mother diagram is here. All right, so the top diagram, this is the most important thing. This is what I was working on early this morning. So this is it. This is the new stuff, but it was chart 82, and I think I'm on 85 now. So we can go backwards to the other charts. You know, back to the future now. So just look at this chart, because sometimes I make a chart and then it doesn't become relevant until like a week later. All of a sudden, oh my gosh, I can go back and work on that chart. Back to work on that chart. So here we got roots only. So this is the Phrygian third. Okay. 3, 5, 7, 3, 5, 7. Okay, 3, 5, 7, 3, 5, 7. And what did I do? Go up to here? Way up to there? All right. And you got the Dorian 2, 4, 6, 2, 4, 6. Right there. So you're starting on Dorian root minor 2, 4, 6, and then you just do another 2, 4, 6. But because of the tuning warp, this has come over. Let me show you what that really happens over there. What really happened over there. You see this 2, 4, 6 looks like tic-tac-toe or a staircase going down there. But this one has a skip space in it, because at the tuning warp on string 5, what you get is this situation where you have this string being warped over. And the whole string is tuned differently. The whole two strings are tuned differently. You know, and you end up with something that looks like this. So that's why it looks like, you know, tic-tac-toe there. Hollywood Squares. Okay? Now remember, the whole string is warped over. So there's a perfect third in between string number I guess the 4 and 5. I call it string 4 and 5. Alright? Now I want to show you something about the strings. My little kitchen alarm went off, but it's okay. We'll get it in a minute. Let me show you something about the strings. Alright, so we get a darker color here. These are the strings. If I draw the strings, it's like this, but it's only fair to draw one on the bottom like this, because these are the big thick strings. All right, and the other ones aren't so thick. Okay, so this is where the string. So let's see that again. Let's see that again. All right. This time we'll draw these strings initially. So the two big strings are on the bottom. That's string 1 and string 2. Alright, and then the thickness of the string gets a little less for the middle two strings. We have these two strings going here. This is where they are. And then the thickness gets a lot less for the top two strings there. And might even want to change the color for that. So that would be more of a silvery color, like that. You know, actually you could hardly see that. Oh, because I didn't okay it. I didn't okay it. You know, so it won't be more like a silver color like that. You know, so these are your strings. All right. And what's nice is you can use, you know, you see how the box squares, they almost look like shadows. So you can create this 3D illusion if you know, if I was to draw a black string underneath that, it could be like a shadow. So these are the strings, and the tuning warp is in between this string here. Let me get some highlighting color or something here. The tuning warp is between this string and this string. That's just a perfect third, all right? That's a third. That's a 3. Okay? It's the whole string. All right, so what I was trying to say was that because there's a tuning warp between these two strings, all right, remember, this is the box square. This isn't the string. The string's right in the middle. If you put the stickers on right, you know, because there's a perfect third here and then a perfect fourth here, in actuality, they're both warped. They're both warped. That's why when you see, let's say in this green arpeggio here, which is the Phrygian third, you have a minor third and a major third here in regular P4 tuning zone. This is the P4 tuning zone, the first 4 strings. You bring both of these guys over. Both of these guys come over. You notice how both of them come over? They both come over. And that is evidence that both strings are actually down-tuned. All right? Effectively. We could do a complete analysis later. It's certainly not, it's not P3 between the top 2 strings, okay? Because then it would be, you know, double warped. All right, so it's important to keep in mind that both strings are warped over. So if you can look at it as these 2 guys are going to come over here closer to this 2, and you're going to get the exact same thing on top. All right, I'm back. I just had to take a little break there. My spaghetti had to be taken out of the freezer because I was just cooling it down. So we're moving right along. We have a root arpeggio here. All right, and then we have the half diminished. Now the half diminished, it still works for the half diminished. So here's half diminished root, 7, 2, 4. And then we go up the augmented fourth, and then what's on the top 3 strings? 7, 2, 4 once again. Same inversion up there. If you do it that way. If you need to do the arpeggio, or prefer to do an arpeggio on the 7th, so just something like, you know, in that little box, because you want to do some up and down work within the cage system like that. Now this is the cage system, but it's expanded. They're tripentatonic cages that overlap, taken 2 at a time, grouped by their functionality with arpeggios going on within them. This one's just the Aeolian. Right? So it would be 6 root 3, 6 root 3, but if you wanted to do it going straight up here, it can be done 6 root 3, but 6 to root in arpeggio is fine. You're not going to get a chord there, but you can, you know, here when you're dealing with these step-like arpeggios, okay, it's rough step here, rough terrain. You can make chords out of any of these. And as a matter of fact, they are. This is an A minor right here, 3, 6 to root. That's an A minor, but this open E is as much as that A minor as anything else, except that the A minor is 6 root 3. It's even more important than just 3, 6 root. But you tell someone, hey, you know, tell a beginner, or you know, someone, anyone, if they say, play me the A minor, and play me an A minor, they'll go, okay. You know, but the important thing about that A minor is really these top 3 strings here. I can't lift that one finger.